So this is part 2 of my review for the 3-disc Blu-ray edition of the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. I'm mainly going to talk about some of the features on disc 2 and then just kind of give my overall thoughts. So enjoy this video review. So here's disc 2 with the special features. The menu screen for disc 1 is the Telmarines, so this one of course is the Narnians. They did a similar thing on the wardrobe one where it was winter on disc 1 and spring on disc 2. So here you've got behind the scenes or setup is your options. The first thing I want to do actually, or just sort of as I'm doing this, is to show you where all the Easter eggs are. In order to find the first Easter egg, well I guess it doesn't really matter what order they're in, but the first one here is if you go down to setup and then press down, it goes to that little shield looking thing. So I'm going to click that and it brings me to Blonde Cam, which is a thing of Skander Keen's goofing off about blondes. And personally, I think that blondes on the set of Narnia is a really cool idea. I'm all in favor of that. So now we're going to go to Behind the Magic here, and all the features branch out. And once again, I just think it's much more convenient to access features on Blu-ray than on DVD, because all you got to do is click it, and they're all there. You don't have to like navigate around too much. It's just like they're all there. And so here's another Easter egg. If you highlight Inside Narnia and then press right, it highlights that little crown right there. So I'm going to click that. And what do we have here? This is just a little quick video about Casey Hodenfield, or Hodenfield, whatever, one of those. He's as the first AD, he's probably one of the loudest people on set. He's always running around, always busy, always doing something. And there's Sets of Narnia. Where's the next Easter egg? You highlight Pre-Visualizing Narnia, which, by the way, there's some Previs of Don Shredder at the end of that one. Highlight Previs, okay? Previs Narnia. And then press right, and the little lion thingy highlights, whatever that is. Kind of a funny looking thing. What do we have here? This is Monster Cam, just a camera put inside of the Minotaur head's mouth. That's Shane Ringy who's wearing it, so you can just kind of watch some of his point of view. Easter eggs were very good on this one. And go down to Talking Animals and Walking Trees and press right, and that thing over here lights up, so you can see. And I'll select that. And what's this one going to give me? Oh, this is the one about Shane Ringy. It just shows all the different characters that Shane Ringy plays. He plays like 6 or 7 characters in the movie, which is pretty freaking awesome. Including the bear was one of the characters he technically played. Shane Ringy's a cool guy. He's one of the guys I got to interview. He's just a really funny, passionate guy. And he's never shown his face in the movie yet, apparently, which is cool. Well, nothing wrong with that, but... Then we got the deleted scenes. If you want to get the next Easter egg, you got to highlight the deleted scenes, press right, and highlight Play All. Press right again, and those two sword things come up, and let's see what we have here. Toasty. When I was on the set of the film, actually, I found out that the code name was Toasty. But I actually think we kind of knew, we knew that before. Actually, we knew it was Toasty, but we had no idea why. So they kind of talk about why it's called Toasty. And actually, there was a picture of Reapy Cheap. Like when I was there, one of the things that was just everywhere was sort of like the logo for the production. Was a little simple drawing of Reapy Cheap putting a piece of, had a piece of toast on a stick, and he was roasting it over a fire. And I wondered, actually, I wasn't even allowed to talk about that because I guess they were, I'm not sure, I guess they were afraid of somebody faking it and getting on the set. But so I was wondering, is that a scene in the film? Was Reapy Cheap going to be making a piece of toast? And of course it was nothing. But I'm going to be posting a review of all these deleted scenes pretty soon. There's 10 of them. Then there's. For the next Easter egg, if you highlight Secrets of the Duel and press right, little shield thing. And let's see what this one is. So this is sibling rivalry. This is just them arguing over who actually saves Trumpkin. Personally, I would probably say it was Peter who saved him, but because even if Susan hadn't done that, I mean, bottom line, they would have still thrown him in, even if Susan hadn't done anything. It would. And then Peter, either way, Peter has to jump in and save him. So I would say that Peter probably saved him. But they argue about that. And so that's all the Easter eggs. And of course, I guess I might as well just briefly talk about the digital file that's included of the movie. I think it's really neat. Being able to watch the movie on the computer, it just makes it very handy. And you can skip around whenever you want. There's the night raid. There's some full screen action here. I just think it's very handy to have a copy of the movie on the computer, just so that, mainly so that when I'm having a discussion about it in the forum, then it's very easy, and I want to, about a scene and I just want to maybe clarify something or check something out, it makes it very easy. So that's cool, having a copy of the movie on the computer. So just my overall thoughts on the 3-disc Blu-ray of Prince Caspian. Disc 1, no surprise, Disney has hit another home run. As far as video and audio quality, it's one of the better Blu-rays I've ever seen. It's at least as good, if not better, than Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Again, no surprise, Disney's always awesome with Blu-ray. Circle Vision, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but it was still really cool. It's a fun way to access those features. BD Live was a lot better than I thought it would be. In general, BD Live is not that cool, but this time I thought it had some really neat features. I can't wait to try out that movie chat feature. The audio commentary I was not a big fan of. First off, there's only one option for the Wardrobe DVD and Blu-ray. There were two options. You could watch it, the filmmaker commentary or the cast commentary, which the cast commentary on Wardrobe I wasn't a huge fan of either, but it was still kind of interesting. You learned some things. But the filmmaker commentary I was very interested in. It was actually really informative and pretty interesting. This commentary for Prince Caspian, I didn't really feel like I got anything out of it. It did clarify a debate that Raelian and I had about a scene, but that's about it. I didn't really feel like I learned a lot about, I didn't really feel like I learned a lot about sort of the challenges they had making the movie or just the production in general. It was just a bunch of giggling, funny stories, and that was it. I don't really feel like I took anything away from it. But I was pretty disappointed with the commentary, and Adamson completely sidestepped the kiss. When it comes to the kiss, they just sort of avoid the issue completely, don't even talk about it. As far as Disc 2, as far as the quality of the extras, I like these extras better. And by that I mean just the way they're edited, and I like this style a lot better than the Wardrobe ones, a lot better. But they're not. I don't think they're as informative. There's a couple areas, like that one about the bridge. That was a really interesting, very informative one that sort of clued you into the huge challenge they had of making that scene. That was interesting. But my big thing is I really don't think I got what I wanted to get out of Disc 2. There were so many challenges and a lot of controversial issues as well with making this movie. It was such a hard book to adapt. But they don't talk about it at all. Like, why not even talk about the restructuring? And they have Marcus and McFeely on here, the screenwriters. They're on here talking, but they never talk about those big issues. That was really disappointing. As we've seen on these videos, there are a lot of really big challenges they had bringing this story to the screen. It is great, though, that Douglas Gresham pops up on here several times, and he actually reads descriptions from the book and compares them to what they did in the movie. That was really great, since Gresham wasn't in the Wardrobe feature hardly at all. Great to see him in here. And so as far as which one I like better, I'm not really sure. It was great to see some Dawn Shredder previs. How cool is that? Maybe I'll talk about that in a future video. Not that there's that much to talk about. And some concept art also as well. That was really awesome. A cool surprise to see. That was probably one of the highlights, I'd say, of this release. So there's definitely some cool features. Probably my favorite one would be either the Warwick Davis one or maybe the Shane Rangi one, or maybe the one about the sets, probably, because that was so cool to see Gresham read about it. But I just don't really feel like I got what I wanted to out of it. As a Narnia fan, I kind of wanted more. But which one do I like better, Wardrobe or Caspian? It's hard to say. One's kind of like the quality of these ones a lot better. The Wardrobe ones were a little bit more informative. They had the ones about all the creatures and everything. There's less gushing about Oh Andrew's just so amazing in this one, which I kind of got sick of that in Wardrobe, so that's good. Of course, these extras are in high definition. The Wardrobe ones were not. So it's kind of a tie. I guess the tiebreaker there might be the fact that the audio commentaries on Wardrobe were a lot better than this one. So I guess I might say I like Wardrobe a little bit better, but it's tough to say. Although this one has a digital file as well, so that's neat, and they're in HD. So it's close. Not hugely disappointed, but I'll probably watch these extras again pretty soon, and they're entertaining and somewhat informative. But overall, I'm happy with it. Cool to see some Dawn Shredder previs, and I will have another video, maybe more, talking about this in the future. So this is not really the end of my review.